our Tour B Cup. And what that does for those guys is they get a special inside look at what new balls are coming down the line. So not only are we working with our tour pros on the golf ball and making sure it fits them on tour, we're also making sure that the ball fits and works really well for the average consumer, the guy who's playing. We got a lot of good players at this event. It's going to be a heated rivalry between Florida and Georgia, and they're all playing. They played a couple practice rounds with them, and they're pumped to get it started today, Saturday.
And so what do you want to find out from these guys once they get done playing? If they got the distance and the feel on the greens that they wanted?
Yeah, we have a little bit of a new technology that we're not totally ready to divulge at this moment, but we're kind of seeing what the feedback is on that new technology in this golf ball and see if these guys feel it and see it. We certainly see it with the tour players, and we see it on the robot during our testing. So we want these guys to have an opportunity to put it in play and see it kind of work out in the golf course in real life. And it's something unique to us that an event like this is kind of new for Bridgestone. We've done a lot of R&D testing when they come to the site, but this event's going to be really cool and kind of build up some buzz for the golf ball.
All right. So big question. How did you become the captain?
I guess by default, nobody else wanted to do it, maybe. But it was. I have a good friend down in Florida who runs a really great club down there. Really competitive players, a lot of mini tour guys that are trying to make it, but kind of working half and half. So, yeah, it was kind of the default. We wanted a Bridgestone guy to kind of run it, and we got a cool little Sunday captain's match between us that we're going to play too. So I'm going to get a little golf in on Sunday.
Well, that's good. What's the format going to be?
But it's match play. Every 9 holes is different today. We got 2-man best ball 9 holes. Then we do a modified alternate shot, and then a 2-man scramble. And then Sundays will be singles matches, 18 holes.
All right. Let me ask you this, and you may not be able to reveal everything because I talked with Dan a little bit yesterday. What is the biggest difference in the new Tour B ball? Can you say?
Well, without giving away too much, we definitely there's some technology in the ball that we've been working on for 6 or 8 years already.
Wow.
So there's some things that we've been working with some of the tour players to make even better. So I can't really divulge where that's going to be right now, but I think every consumer will like it because they hit a tee ball and they want to spin it around the green. So this ball is going to kind of deliver in those facets a lot more even going forward. We're always trying to stretch that spin slope where it is less spin off the tee, and then you get more spinning control around the greens. Obviously, each ball has its own specific spec and characteristics of what that ball plays like, but we want to make that slope as steep as possible to give maximal performance on both sides of the course.
What I like is I hear you say stretch, and you kind of sound like Bryson, that he does with everything in his golf game, stretches everything.
Oh, absolutely. He has definitely put a stretch in R&D to try to make a ball that does everything he needs.
I'll bet.
He not only needs the ball to deliver 200 mile per hour plus ball speed, but he needs it to check around the greens where he can control it and spin it and play those tough courses like when he won the U.S. Open, a really tough track that's long, demanding from the rough, but he has to hit delicate shots around the green. So we're always trying to find that combination to make sure that ball fits his game perfectly.
Does his swing speed, is it the fastest that you've ever seen?
Oh yeah, for me, definitely. We worked with him. It's, in December of last year, I remember it was when he started this kind of speed training stuff to even get faster.
Right.
And he hadn't really talked to the media about it and stuff. And he kind of told me and the R&D guys, like, hey, I want you to kind of watch this and tell me what you think. And oh my goodness, he was swinging 140 something miles an hour. We're out there testing balls, after the test, after we did what we needed to do. And he talked about how this is the way I relate it. I played a lot of baseball. So what I relate it to is a pitcher throwing bullpen, right? You're going to get in the bullpen, practice. You're going to throw hard because you're trying to build your arm strength up. So in the game, when you're in the bullpen, yeah, you're going to throw 97, 98 and almost throw your arm to its maximum capacity to build its strength. That way during the game, you can throw 95 consistently. And that's what I feel like he does, is when he does these speed trainings, he probably swings 5 to 6% faster than he does in a tournament. But what it does is it builds up his body to where he's able to swing fast in a tournament, and he feels like he's just as accurate as he was before.
All right. I've had a lot of people ask me, in between our shows that we do with y'all, that how long does it take to properly get fitted for the right ball for their swing?
Well, that's a good question. We have a lot of different ways you can. There's some very simple ways that you can get fit, and then there's some more ways that take a little bit longer and are more detailed. The first way, you can go to bridgestonegolf.com, and at the top right, there's a button that says Find My Ball and Get Fit to My Ball, and that's how you can go through our process of answering a few questions. There's also another process on there that you answer a few more. You can put in your data. So let's say you go get fit for a driver and you have your numbers. You can actually fill in your data, and then it'll give you a recommendation. And what that does is it cross-references with the 370,000 fittings we've done live.
Wow.
So you're getting a recommendation not based on just a matrix of pyramid or spider web answers. You're actually getting it based on people that's been fit that's like you. So say you're a 2 handicap and you spin it 2,800, you launch at 14. When you put that data in there, it's actually finding those players just like you and learning what recommendation from a live fitting matched up with them that would also match up best for you. So it's kind of filtering through a lot of data.
Okay.
And then lastly, we're certainly doing ball fittings in our area regionally. So you can go to our website and look. And if you're in the Atlanta area, we have a guy who's kind of at it all the time in Atlanta. But I can tell you, we have some exciting stuff coming ball fitting wise to announce at the PGA show. We have been heads down on fitting for the last probably 10 or 12 months on kind of revitalizing it and making it pop again. So even though we have those things right now, there's some really exciting ventures we have coming that we'll announce kind of around the PGA show 2022.
Well, that'll be exciting for sure. Is swing speed the most important factor that you look at when you're trying to fit someone to the best ball for them?
Now, as the lead for golf ball fitting at Bridgestone Golf, swing speed is very important.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's the most important factor because there's a lot of factors. But for us, it divides that person very quickly into what side of that construction they fall on. So for us, it's a very nice fork in the road to where you know which way you're going. Now, once you get past swing speed, you're obviously looking at spin and trajectory and all those other things.
Right.
But for us, hitting it full on from the tee with the club that puts the most energy on the golf ball is a clear dividing line of what ball that you need to play and go to the RX series versus the X and the XS on the faster club swings. So club head speed for us is kind of the number one question. It divides that person. And then we kind of get down the rabbit hole of spin around the greens, or do you want a firmer ball to slight trajectory? So it gets more nuanced after club head speed, but club head speed is a great fork in the road for a consumer to decide which family of golf balls fits them best.
Yeah, I love to hear the passion in your voice about fitting and about Bridgestone. I mean, I just love it.
Yeah, it's something it's been near and dear to my heart for many years. I started out doing fittings. That's how I got in with the company after I, got out of green grass. I did tons of fittings all in the Atlanta, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina area. So it's something I got to witness firsthand, and understanding it more and more every year, just it piques my interest for sure.
Well, that's for sure. And how excited are you to have Bryson in the Ryder Cup?
Oh man, it's awesome. Nick, I'm excited. I'm a Ryder Cup geek as it is.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Who's playing in it, but to have Bryson playing and representing his country, he's always told us that it means so much for him to represent his country and to play in things like this and play in team events. He talks about the Walker Cup and playing that and how he enjoyed that process. And, he revels in this opportunity to play with other guys. I mean, yeah, he could certainly improve his Ryder Cup record. He's got some time to do that.
Yep.
He's going to be in many, many Ryder Cups to come. I truly believe that. But he gets along with a lot of the guys that he plays with. He's a big Tiger fan. He's always looked up to Tiger, and Tiger's always given him some good advice and playing these team events. So it's exciting. I can't wait till next week and see it at Whistling.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Adam, I know you need to get out and get on the tee. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for taking the time, and always appreciate talking with you.
All right. Thanks for having me on. Y'all have a great day.
All right, you too. Adam Rayberg of Bridgestone Golf talking about ball fittings. He's got a great passion for it. And also another person that's got a great passion for it is Elliot Mello, who is not only mellow, but he's also a very good golfer. He'll be on next on the Back Nine Boys Golf Show. Stay with us. he stretches everybody, including stretching himself on the course, his caddy, who he's changed, and the golf ball, the equipment, the length of the driver, all things. He just stretches a lot of things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, he's definitely playing the Tour B, as is Tiger. He's playing the X. I think Bryson is playing the XS, maybe the other way around, but they are playing the Tour B ball, and so is Matt Kuchar, who has for a long time, and so is Freddie Couples, among many others that are playing it. But the biggest thing is that they have a great system and a philosophy about fitting that is based on swing speed, but it's also based on a lot of other things like your spin factor, your driving distance, all these factors that kind of go into it. And we'll see if we can find that out. And when you go get fitted for a golf ball, which you should be able to find out about all those things as far as, which is the best for you. And it just makes a difference. I mean, we get fitted for putters, we get fitted for irons, wedges, 3-woods, drivers, all very important clubs. And rather than spend $400, $500, even $150 on a wedge, I think getting fitted would be a much better use and have an opportunity for you to play the clubs that work best for you. And that also holds true in trying to find a golf ball. And a lot of the manufacturers out there try and help you find the ball that is best for you, your swing, your game. But one of the most important things is you got to find that right ball, that the dispersion is going to be a lot less, that is geared to your swing, your game, and what you want out of a golf ball. So one of the things that we want to do is find out more about that. And one of the guys who is very good at doing that is Elliot Mello of Bridgestone Golf. And Elliot, we want to ask you a couple of questions. As the golf ball marketing manager, what is your main responsibility at Bridgestone Golf?
Yeah, great to be back on. That's a good question. It's a question I get frequently. What does a golf ball marketing manager do for Bridgestone? So pretty much anything and everything as it relates to the golf ball. So everything from working with R&D on future state products that's going to come to market at a later date, to working with tour pros to make sure that those products fit their needs and will be able to help them in competitive competition. And then once we have that product established, working on what is the message, what is the packaging, what do we convey to the consumer to help them identify this golf ball, make sure it fits their game, and then ultimately working on a go-to-market strategy in terms of what are the commercials that support this, what are the advertising, what is the sales support, how do we get our retailers behind this product, and how do we get it on their shelves? And so any and everything golf ball, I'm touching in some way, shape, or form.
All right. What is the major difference between the Tour B Bridgestone ball from the competitors? How could you, let's say you're in an elevator, somebody says, why Bridgestone over everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I think the quick answer to that is that, the golf ball is made of rubber, and we're the number one producer of consumer rubber goods in the world. So you look at the work that we're doing at Bridgestone Golf, but then you look at the work we're doing at Bridgestone Corporate. We've got over 150 different business units, everything from tires that you see on the road, but also conveyor belts and hoses and other rubber products. And ultimately, when we go to design a golf ball, if we hit a roadblock or there's something that we can't solve for from a performance standpoint, we've got this larger network that we can reach out to. So a lot of the technology you see now, our engineers designed and redesigned as far as they could, and then they call somebody, for example, in like the Indy 500 race car tire division, and they get some ideas about how to handle a high heat, high friction interaction in a different way, and it allows us to continue to innovate beyond what a traditional golf company thinks.
Elliot, how much has Tiger and Bryson helped push the envelope on your golf balls, not only for R&D but also in sales?
Yeah, that's a great question. When you look at tour players, the traditional method has kind of been put them into a golf ball that works for their game, and then they go out and play it on tour. And that model is still valid and relevant when it comes to Tiger and Bryson, but they provide some their needs only, they're also providing us feedback that we can apply to other golf balls. So, for example, Tiger or Bryson, they'll hit a shot and it'll be too high or too spinny or whatever it might be, and they'll say, that's really not going to work for me. However, if you applied this to ball X or ball Y, that could be a really good fit for somebody that struggles to get the ball in the air or somebody that struggles to stop the ball, etc. So they're not necessarily selfish when they're testing. They're really providing us feedback that we can apply to the whole line of golf.
Right.
I think that validation, not only of them playing the ball, but them also helping co-design the golf balls, is definitely correlated to success at retail and with the consumer. I think the consumer resonates with. They view Tiger and Bryson as experts, and I think there's a lot of people that have identified they don't swing like Bryson. I mean, there's very few people in the world that swing like Bryson, but the fact that Bryson has validated our product gets them to look at Bridgestone differently, take a second look at it, and ultimately that leads to conversion and more consumers trying the product.
All right, let me change subjects from the Tour B to the E12 Contact Series. Who is that market, Elliot?
That's a great question. So the E12 Contact is all about straight distance, you can see. And so what we mean by that is it's kind of a double entendre, actually, Rich. There's a visible technology on the golf ball called the Contact Force Dimple that provides 38% more contact at impact. And what that 38% more contact does is it provides better energy transfer from the club to the golf ball. And essentially what that golf ball does is it's a fast-moving golf ball, but it's also a very forgiving golf ball. It's very low spin, very low side spin. And by cutting down on all the side spin, it helps golfers find the fairway more frequently.
Got it. All right. Let me ask you this. Rounds have been up for the last 18 months. I know golf ball sales have been up, and yours has been up considerably over the last 18 months, and I know you guys are proud of that.
Yeah, we've had a good run. Obviously golf is thriving, and we've been kind of riding that wave as best we can. And I think the stat that I think NGF put out last year was I think rounds played were up around 13% or so.
That's great.
And our business was up closer to 19%. So
that's even better. Yeah. All right. Being from St. Louis, I'm going to go somewhere personal for you. Being from St. Louis, I know you love barbecue sauce, but you have your own recipe for barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to have 2 world championships at the Memphis and May barbecue competition, the Super Bowl of Swine, and I have a sauce that's in the St. Louis market called Absolutely Perfect Sauce and Seasoning, and I guess it's close to being absolutely perfect with the couple world championships that it's won.
I'm surprised you haven't called it mellow sauce. Elliot, thanks for being with us. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have fun at Lake Oconee, and hope you guys win and find out a lot more about Tour B.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us on, Rich.
All right. Elliot Mello of Bridgestone Golf. It was actually all about Bridgestone today, talking about the new Tour B ball. And we thank you for being with us on the Back Nine Boys Golf Show, heard every Saturday and Sunday right here on ESPN Coastal from 8 to 9. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next week.